Hey, welcome back to another episode of Real Men Unscripted. I'm Derek.
I'm Domingo. Welcome back. Hope you had a good one.
And as you can see, I'm wearing my Trump shirt. If you can see it, it said round 2. My friends from Oklahoma, Adrian and Patty Martin, got this for me way before we knew if Trump was going to win.
What, did he get it to you when he was here?
Yeah.
On the Trump,
Right.
on our podcast? I was going to say our Trump cast.
Yeah, he bought it when he was here. So that's why I have my glasses on, because this episode's all about the election.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man, I thought we were going to talk about the Dodgers winning the World Series.
We can start off with that, actually, because that's your team.
Yes, that's my team. That's America's team. That is the new America's team for baseball.
So
I already have the Cowboys. Now I'm going to have the Dodgers.
So yes, they did win.
Yes.
They didn't
Great
sweep,
win.
but
No.
they did play well enough to win it.
They played better than the Yankees.
Yes.
The Yankees were sloppy.
Yeah, Judge just didn't have it in the playoffs.
No,
but,
he didn't.
But he's still a great player. It's a great team.
But both of them didn't have it because Shohei didn't have it either. For the World Series. He didn't have it because of his bum shoulder.
Yeah. But it was nice that one guy, who's the guy that got the MVP, that hit the Grand Slam?
For the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Oh, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud.
What a good Christian guy he is. Like, I watched a video from when he was like a kid and just praising God. And, you know, his mom died young, right?
Yes.
And then his dad almost died. He saved him, I think,
Yes.
somehow. So great story for that. So, although I didn't watch any of it.
Well, they all kind of praised God because Tommy Edman praised God when he won it for the NLCS. Teoscar Hernandez praised God. Like, everybody that got interviewed for the most part praised God first.
Yeah, amen.
So, yeah, exactly.
Because God's given him the talent, right?
Exactly.
And then you got to work hard a little bit too.
Yes.
So you got to have talent and
You
work
got to
hard.
have a good heart and a good mind, which most of the Dodgers do.
So congrats.
Thank
And you still got me over the Steelers because your Cowboys beat the Steelers.
Even though you guys will have more wins at the end of the season.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. We have the third. It's the Browns. I can't believe this. It's the Browns, the Ravens, and Steelers, and then 2 other teams that have the toughest rest of this schedule.
Forgot the Cowboys.
So,
Oh, you're talking about for your...
No. It's not for our
division?
division. No, it was for the whole league.
That's the Cowboys. Cowboys have the hardest schedule.
Well, they might have been
from start to
4
finish.
or 5, but Browns was number 1.
Yeah.
So, we're playing the Commanders this next week, and
And we got
they're
them.
playing well.
And we got them afterwards.
Oh wow!
And we got the Eagles this week.
Yeah. Did you see that jump by?
Oh yeah, Saquon Barkley backwards.
Wow.
And he still got 3-4 yards.
Yeah. That is probably. I mean, I've seen the Steelers running back do a few. That was just
nothing
so
that athletic
crazy.
though. That was athletic.
Most of the time they jump forward over someone,
and you could see
and
the
he's
helmet.
done that.
And you could see the helmet. This guy literally jumped.
But
over
he
this
turned
guy.
his body and started going up in the air, and his back was facing. I was like, what?
And his legs didn't just stay straight. Like, he lifted them parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And then landed and still turned and got
and ran like 3-4 yards.
Yeah.
It's
It
amazing.
was a. I hope that gets the play of the year.
And I hate to keep rubbing it into New York, but the Giants let him go. New York.
Yeah.
New York is just it's bad. It's a bad state to live in right now.
And then Devontae Adams got to lose twice to the Steelers. Once playing for the Raiders, although he didn't play.
He didn't play.
But he did play for during the
his
Jets.
team lost.
And his team lost. So that's kind of funny. But I've been rooting for the Jets ever since the quarterback got there. So I'm hoping they turn it around.
You're a Rodgers fan? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
No,
that
guy has
him,
too
Brett
much.
Favre. I'm not really a Packers fan, but I loved Favre and I loved him.
2 more criminals that you like, and what's his name? Aaron Rodgers has smoked too much of that whatever Indian herb or whatever. What is it called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The stuff that Aaron Rodgers smokes on the offseason. You know exactly
I don't
what
know.
I'm
You got your
talking
phone. You can look it up.
Everybody
but next,
knows.
we're getting to the presidential.
No, let's keep on sports.
So we know that Domingo maybe voted.
Yes, I
You did vote,
Yes, I did.
but you didn't vote for Trump.
Nope.
You hit the other candidate.
Nope.
Or-
My first two for the presidential, and then for Sam Brown and Jackie Rosen was none of the above. On none of these candidates. That's what I voted for. I was going to take a picture, but you weren't allowed to. Actually,
Yeah, it's weird. Some people have recorded themselves doing
you're
it.
not allowed to have your phone there.
So you didn't vote for RFK, although he said
He was on the ballot, and I didn't.
although he said to vote for him
For
if
Trump,
he.
yeah.
Man, I hope when I get a text it doesn't go on recording because Tammy needs to stop. She's gonna kill. I should have told her. Will you text her and tell her to stop? We're recording right now, and to stop texting
And she stopped the
with
recording.
me in any text messages for at least an hour and a half, please. You have her number or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you voted. I think it said none of the above, or now they list it as other candidate at the end of
Yes.
when they list everybody.
You're talking about the results.
The
Yes.
results. And so let's just go over some of these amazing votes. And if you are not a Trump supporter, I get it that you're feeling whatever you're feeling. I know some of these people some of the videos are just ridiculous. I mean, like Jimmy Kimmel crying. I didn't cry when Trump lost last time, even though they cheated and we lost. I was over it the next day. I did say I would move this time. I didn't say it the last time. I did say if Harris won that I would move. But it's just I have some photos that I'm not going to show, but I'll go over of some of these things that these people are accusing us of. So, first of all, let's just go over some numbers here. So, right now, they haven't called Nevada or Arizona for the presidential or for any of this stuff.
Even though it's 90% recorded.
Although I thought I saw an hour ago that Nevada is saying that Trump won, but they haven't picked the other stuff. Gosh, I hope now. So, right now, he's at 73,500 million votes, and she was at 69,200 million votes. So that's
69 million.
about 4 million, more
difference,
votes, right? So the people really came out this year, right? They really. But here's some other numbers. Jill Stein got 661,000. Your boy Robert Kennedy got 639,000 votes, which is helping Trump in a sense, right? Because he said if he was still on the ballot to try to vote for Trump, but if he had to, vote for him. Then this guy I never heard of, Chase Oliver. He's a libertarian. He got 589,000 votes, which comes out to 0.4%. And then here's where you fall under 0.2% with zero electoral votes, other candidates. Basically 337,000 votes. So that was you.
We got votes.
You fell under that,
yes.
right?
Under none of the above candidates, yes.
Okay. And she won 19 states. But if you look at it, although she won those states.
She won 19 states for the electoral college.
Right. But there was a lot of red in those 19 states. And then he won 31 states, if we count Nevada and Arizona, because he is actually leading in both
He's
of
leading,
those.
and it's over 90% reported.
And we just don't know what the total votes will be, but I'm sure he's going to beat her 4 to 5 million, right?
Probably more than that.
So, and if he wins both of those, that adds, I think he goes to 320 or 3 something. I mean, he's already won because he only needed 270 and he's at 295. And then the Senate, we already won the majority at 53. There's 2 more that are uncalled. One in Arizona against Kerry Lake and Ruben Gallego. And Ruben's winning. And then Jackie Rosen and Sam Brown, you didn't vote for either one of them.
Nope.
And Sam Brown's Republican. He's losing right now. So if they pick up those 2, it will be...
Well, they're not. They're going to pick up one for sure. Kerry Lake.
No.
Jackie Rosen is going to win.
Yeah, but I don't think Kerry Lake's going to win. I think she's...
You think Gallego's going to win?
I think she's down by like...
Is she?
400,000 votes. But let's just give them both to the Democrats. That would be 47 to 53. And then that's it.
Senate votes, yeah.
So that means we're 6 up. We gained 4 seats, thankfully, but we have the majority, but we have 6 because there's always rhinos in there. So hopefully we won't have more than 6 rhinos. If you guys don't know what rhinos are, those are people that are Republican.
Republican in name only.
Yeah, there you go. And so they vote a lot with the Democrats.
But he doesn't know that there's also dinos. Democrats in name only that sometimes side with the Republicans.
Not many.
Not as often as the Republicans.
I'd like to meet a few of these dinos.
And for those of you that don't know, the Senate is every state gets 2. So they get 2 votes. That's the only one that's equal. The House of Representatives is based on population and landmass size.
So since you just mentioned the House, it's 199 to 211. There's, what did we count earlier? 17 still.
17 that are still
reporting in all the other states like Arizona, California, Colorado. And out of that, 10 out of the 17, 10
are leaning Republican.
are Republicans that are leading, and we need 7 to take the majority. Obviously, the more we get is great. If you're a Republican. And then Trump flipped 6 states. If he wins Arizona and Nevada, he flipped 6 states that 4 years ago Biden he got this time. So it's looking good.
You forgot the governors.
Yeah, governors. There wasn't that many running,
27 Republicans.
Oh, yeah, we did take some on that.
27
right?
Republicans and I think 23
Dems.
Yeah, Democrats.
So, and there's still more going, or
I think there's only a couple, but it's also like 90% reported already.
Okay.
So. But I mean, he's basically swept every major political entity.
So
the Senate, the House, the governors, and the White House.
And why is that? Why do you think?
For me, it's easy. And obviously, like my pastor Scott said, I don't have a dog in this race. Don't know who he voted for, but I'll be transparent. I'll tell you guys, honestly, I didn't vote for anybody.
That's what the flag looks like. I mean, you see the little blues in there. We'll get Jerry to post
what are the blues, though?
Those are the cities in those states.
Exactly. It's major metropolitan areas. And the red is usually rural counties.
So down below in Nevada, is that Nevada?
Yeah, that's Clark County. They go by counties.
Oh, that's Clark?
Yeah, that's Clark County.
Oh.
All that is counties.
So anyhow, it's pretty red. So that was
And it's
crazy.
pretty evident that most people in the big cities lean left. And most of the rest of the country leans right.
Yeah.
Where the poor people, the middle classes, and higher classes usually related to the, big cities and stuff where the money is. So.
But I couldn't believe when I got to the gym this morning, CNN, some of the crazy stuff. I don't think
know why you listen to those.
No. I mean, it's on all these TVs, right? I'm not listening.
Put your earphones on.
I mean, I have mine to my music. I can't, even if I wanted to watch one of the TVs, you got to have the plug-in one, and I don't. But I saw that Jimmy Kimmel, this poor guy, not poor guy.
I was gonna say he's
loser.
not poor.
This loser, he was crying on his show last night.
He didn't actually cry, but he almost broke down twice.
He was tearing up.
Yes,
He was
teary-eyed.
because again, they just want to say all this stuff that Donald Trump is apparently going to do to ruin the country. These people not forget he ran 4 years ago?
Not he ran, he led.
He won. He
led for 4 years.
And as far as the economy was better, the percentage for homes was better. You were making, more money in your pocket. Like all these things, border was somewhat under control. I mean, you still had illegals coming over, but because they didn't give him the money to complete the border, because at that time he didn't have the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
He did when he first got in, which I didn't know that. I thought he didn't have it the whole 4 years.
He had it when he got
but
in.
He had these new people, and it took them so long to understand how to do stuff that then they lost it 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have it. So there was stuff that he couldn't get done. Yeah, he just some of the stuff he was saying. And then, gosh, I'd have to look on my phone because I thought for some reason it didn't go here. I think
I just hope that half of these idiots that lost, obviously, these celebrities who make millions and some even billions of
that
dollars.
they'll move out.
Yes,
like they say.
Please leave. Please leave my country because you're the ones that take a knee on the during the what do you call it? Before games.
Football.
Yeah,
the national anthem.
National anthem. Like you're the ones that hate our country so bad that you say you're gonna leave because Trump's in. Leave, please, leave my country. Like I don't want you here. We don't need you here. That is one thing I am looking forward to, that they keep their word and they leave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They said Whoopi said she was going to leave in 2016 and she never left.
Yeah.
So speaking of that show, The View, that Sonny Holston, they say that the Republicans are, divisive and racist and all this stuff, when the other side always makes it about race. I don't know where they get these stats. I asked my older son. Apparently there's a way to know. But she's claiming that this is what she said on the show, that white, uneducated women are the reason Kamala Harris lost.
Where'd she get that from? That is one article or news clipping that I have not read or seen.
And I'm just like, and then another one of the girls said that in Texas, a lot of the Latino men voted for Trump. I mean, I don't know why they don't get why Kamala didn't win. There's probably a lot of reasons. But one is the way they went about it. Like she wasn't actually selected by the people.
Nope.
Right?
She wasn't selected or elected by the process.
Exactly.
Which is the Democratic National Convention. She wasn't. She was just placed there because Biden dropped out. Right? And that's one of the reasons that hurt her. Number one, she was behind the 8 ball. Right? Because a portion of the campaigning was already over. Number two,
but she got all the money from him, though, I think.
Yeah, she did. But number two, she attacked Trump like there was no tomorrow. Instead of relying on the policies and issues,
do you really think she attacked Trump or she attacked the people?
No, she attacked Trump. Like her biggest thing was going after Trump. If you look at most of her conventions and conferences or whatever the case is, right? And then number three, she lost the middle class, right? The Democrats are supposed to be what, right? What's their slogan? For the middle class, right? For the poor people. Right? And now what do we have representing the Democratic class or whatever, right? They're all suburbanites. They're all college educated, right? And all they think about is them. They don't think about the working class anymore. And then you wonder why you lost. You wonder why? Because they're college partying people. Look at AOC and the Squad. That's what the Democratic Party is now. People are not relating to that. How is a middle-class farmer going to relate to that? Right? And then, and the last thing I forgot, they think they're smarter than everybody. They're smarty pants. Like, no, you're not going to win me, right? Even though I am college educated, but just looking at you, that you're not a person I'm going to relate to, as opposed to Trump. Trump may be a lot of things,
Bad
criminal.
things. But the good thing is he can never run again.
Well, that's right now, because you can change the Constitution. You can amend it.
Okay.
And remember what we talked about earlier.
He
has the House. He has the Senate.
I don't
and
know.
how many Supreme Court justices that he appointed. And now he's going to have the power to appoint more, right? And that's one of the things that scares me about Trump winning, right? Because you have that Project 2025 that's out there, right? And a lot of people that fed him money, a lot of people that support him are part of that Project 2025. And then you have Agenda 47, right? Agenda, which is what he's going to do, 47th President of the United States. And if you put them side by side, it's almost a mirror image of each other, right? And the first things this thing talk about is unitary executive, right? Which making it under one person. Authoritarian rule, right? What's under authoritarian rule? One person. And autocracy, which you have your monarchies, you have your dictatorships. All right, that's the first paragraphs in this stupid Project 2025 BS.
That a lady came out in front of Congress.
And it was a guy, Kevin made it.
No,
Kevin
there was a lady that said, hey, I wrote this, and he had nothing to do with this.
No, he didn't. But those are policies
but they keep pushing
But
that,
that's what I said. Now look at Agenda 47. That's Trump's agenda. And it's almost mirrors what Project 2025 is about. Obviously, there's some differences as far as immigration, economy, but for the most part, it's almost similar. And that's what I'm scared of, because this is the Democratic Republic. You know, because the Democrats want to say, this is only democracy. Bullshit. This is the Democratic Republic for both Democrats and Republicans, right? So now when you start talking about one-man rule and changing the Constitution so this guy could be 4 or 5 terms, I have a problem with that.
I mean,
right?
I would be shocked if he did that.
I know, but we serve this country.
Now, I hope they do change maybe the age that you can run for president, like maybe less than 60.
Then he wouldn't have ran.
No, but change it now. Like
now that he won?
No, so in the future, people like Biden and him are not running.
Remember how you were talking about Biden being the oldest president? Guess who just broke that record as being the oldest elected president?
No,
Donald Trump just broke the record for being the oldest elected president at 74 years old. He is the oldest elected president now. He just broke.
Okay, I think you need to look at your phone.
I'm telling you.
Because I'm pretty sure that Biden was 78 and now he's 81.
He's 78 during.
I don't know. Maybe the people know. Look it up. Look it up. Yeah, look it up, because I think he is. I think Biden is
your
older than.
Your Wi-Fi doesn't work.
You got to go on the Wi-Fi, but
it is on. And you saw what happened to Biden during his tenure as the oldest president. And now we have someone who's unstable, unhinged, and now he's the oldest president. So what do you think his next 4 years are going to look like? It's going to be a repeat of Biden. By the time the end of his term comes, he's going to be doing the same things Biden's doing now. So I want to see you eat your words in 3.5 years from now.
So you think the country will be in? You think him or the country? What are you clicking on?
From the Washington Post, Trump is the oldest person to be elected president, U.S. presidents by age, because he was.
Well, I knew he would be 82.
Oh, actually, he's 78. I thought he was 74. Sorry, he's 78.
Well, how old's Biden right now? So Biden was 77 when he.
No, he was 78, right, but there were different months.
Oh, okay. So you're right. You heard it here. Domingo's right. I got to make sure I say that.
Well, it's just
when you say that he's going to be worse, do you mean his
mental capacity?
Okay.
He's going to be the same like Biden, because come on, you're 78.
But the country won't be worse.
Yes, the country, if he's...
So you think he'll fall down airplane stairs and all because he just missed the door on the garbage truck?
Exactly.
Really?
It's starting. It's starting. I mean, you can't.
I do hope that
nobody can defeat Mother Nature, right?
I do hope that he does start getting some more sleep. I mean, Dana White said that he was up for 48 hours with him. He says he never sees Trump drink water. He drinks Coke. I hope he's a 4 or 5 hour guy max. I hope he sleeps maybe 8.
Well, I don't think he's going to sleep because what was his first words? This is the revenge, retribution, or whatever. So until he gets everybody that he can without Congress and Senate approval or Congress approval, he's going to go after everybody that he can with the flick of a pen.
I don't know. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Once that's done, then he'll get sworn in, and then the real president.
I just hope this time he doesn't go through a bazillion people like he did last time.
Oh, he's going to.
Like he needs to just he just picked his first pick, which is the first ever female. For all the people that say he hates women and blah blah blah. And female. Mark Cuban that he doesn't pick he's not around any smart women. He picked a female that did his campaign in all 2016, 2020, and 2024. She's always been behind the scenes. That kind of makes me nervous because when he invited her up, she really didn't want to speak. And if you're the White House,
Chief of Staff,
I know, but there may be times you may need to speak.
No, you have people for that.
Okay, well,
and I kind of like that.
So she was going to run the calendar.
Yes, and I'm kind of like that. He chose her. She seems like a very intelligent woman. She doesn't need the spotlight. Because we've seen some of these Trump ladies that are up there dressed in, like they're going to go party and makeup. He doesn't need any of that.
And their MAGA stuff.
Yeah, he needs people that are going to be for the people. And if he does even an inkling of that, we're going to be okay. And like Derek said, for all you people that think the world's going to end, we already had Trump for 4 years.
We did.
And we survived. And on the same token, we had your idiot Biden for 4 years. Guess what? We're still here. And because he was an idiot, the people rose up and spoke. That's why Trump won. If you're an idiot,
if you're calling, this is what they did. They called us racist. They called us fascist. The people that are voting for Trump.
Not the people. The
far
left called you. I didn't call anybody fascist. I didn't call anybody racist.
Well, you're not. You're.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not a Democrat.
I'm in the middle. That's what I'm saying. The far left is the one that's doing this.
But Kamala did it. AOC did it. All these
they're all
people.
far left. I know a ton of moderate Democrats, and they think like me. But I'm a moderate Republican, right? And they think exactly like me. They didn't.
But it was things like that that just pushed the people again to be like,
but let's be honest, though. Doesn't the Republican Party have a bunch of militia, white supremacist people?
They probably do.
Exactly. And how many of those belong to the Democratic Party? How many belong to the Democratic Party? None.
Let's go with
none.
Let's go with the racist white people.
Okay. And we talked about this with Jerry before when he said that he doesn't know that Trump was ever said or did anything racist. And I sent him the text. Trump has at least a little less than 20 incidents of racial acts or words that he has used. So once he said that, once I showed him that, it was kind of like, oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
But what about the blacks that hate white people?
Yeah.
You could say that's just as racist as white people hating black.
On both sides. On
both sides. And I will say this because I saw it on the CNN again, and this pissed me off. If people are doing this, which apparently it occurred in like 8 states, I don't know how many people, but apparently there were racist texts sent to black people that said something about being picked up tomorrow at 8 a.m. to pick cotton or something. If you're one of those people that are texting that crap, you need to stop. That's uncalled for. You don't need to be doing that.
It's disgusting.
It's really disgusting. When I read that, I'm like, golly, man.
And I saw that article, but I didn't want to dive into it because I'm already kind of fired up as it is. And you know me, I'm not on either side.
Right.
But when you start messing with my freedoms, like the January 6th rioters, and I know we've gotten into that, like that fires me up. You know, I was ready to go this year. If Trump had lost, I was ready to go to Washington, D.C., and stand with my blue brothers so that that wouldn't happen again.
Sure.
You know, because that to me is insurrection, treasonous, traitors. I don't care what anybody says. There's ways of getting around whether there was voter fraud. You do not assault my capital. I fought for that capital. I went out and risked my life. My brothers died fighting side by side with me, and that is not how the American people do it.
But
We
you
do
know
not do
that some of them were let in.
I understand that, but you
I know
shouldn't
some
be,
broke
you shouldn't
windows
even be
and-
in there. You should not even be putting your feet on an elected official's desk. I don't give a crap who she is.
But
or
do you
what
honestly
race.
think they were there to kill people?
No, they weren't, but they took it too far. You went on grounds that you
But
weren't
the other
supposed to be
side
there.
thinks that, and AOC was, if this is where it occurred, she was way miles away, and she
But
tried to say
not only her.
that she thought she was going to die.
Yeah, she wasn't even in the same building.
So-
but Ted Cruz was in a broom closet. He's Republican. Why was he scared?
Yeah, I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? They found him in a broom closet. So you're scared of your own
But I
people?
still think there's more to it. Like
There
that
could be-
one video that just recently
There
came
could be
out
more
that
to it, but you shouldn't
that,
be there in the first place.
Nancy Pelosi was supposed to call and have the military
Yeah, the
National
National
Guard
Guard.
there.
Yep.
And then also, that was when they cut off President Trump from Twitter when he did his video that said, do not commit any violence, blah,
Okay,
blah, blah.
but
And they took it so that nobody saw that for years later
Yeah,
when
no,
he's...
I totally agree with that. But here's the thing. You're a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass man, and you're charging my capital? You're not 16 years old.
No, I get it.
You're a
I get it.
veteran. You fought.
We're normally not
and you're-
cussing on this.
Yeah, and you're
But
gonna
he's a little fired up.
you're gonna take over my capital. Like that's the only thing we have standing that deviates from being Russia, China, you know, these third world countries. That's all we have. Now when you go and you charge up my capital, and I'm calling it mine because I pay taxes and I fought for this country. And you're doing the same thing that we try and keep from happening in Africa, in Asia, in South America, and we're doing the same thing here? No, it's unacceptable to me.
But can you really blame Trump or the people?
No, I don't blame Trump. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You're a grown man. You should not have been there with any thoughts of
So then
ideations.
why would Trump get charged with insurrection?
Well, I don't care about Trump. Trump's not being
No,
charged.
but should he was charged.
No, he wasn't charged for insurrection.
Wasn't charged criminally, but they went after him for an impeachment on it and all that.
Yes,
and then
that
there are still other charges
But I
from
mean,
other cases.
There's been, I think, 1,300 people
Trust
charged.
me, Trump's not like the best. Like, first of all, God is right.
That's our number one.
He's number one.
Yep.
Trump's just the president, and trust me, he's not the greatest thing to walk. Right.
Well, there was a pastor that I saw that he kind of did a Instagram, and he's like, I don't think Trump's ever opened the Bible.
Yeah, he may not have, but I will say this: I don't know of any of these other people that are in there that would have got shot and kept running.
Twice. Well, he didn't get shot the second time.
Right.
But they tried to kill him the second time.
So again, I do believe he's for the people. I don't know why why they think he's not for the people, that he's in it for himself. I don't know. The good thing is, unless he does something crazy that you think he might do, he can't run again. And he came out already and said whether he won or lost, he was not going to run again.
Well, I mean,
Doesn't mean Don Jr. wouldn't run. We might not be done hearing the Trump name, but to
me, it's kind of simple. Like the guy said, if we don't clean up politics, I'm gonna run. He warned everybody. And
that was when Oprah was on his side.
Exactly. He wasn't even thinking about running, but he made a proclamation that, hey, if this doesn't get cleaned up, I'm gonna have to run. And he stood to his word. Like on that part, yes. Like he warned all Democrats, all Republicans, be on the lookout. I am coming for you if we don't change. Mm-hmm. And have we changed? No. We're still the same that we were 8, 16, whatever, 12 years ago. And that's what disgusts me.
You knew that the Harris campaign was in trouble when they started bringing out all the big guns.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're going... you're going after Oprah, having her come to a couple things. Hey, you're having Obama and them and his wife, and
Well, they were actually campaigning for her.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they
yeah.
were
I
out
mean,
on the trail.
Yeah, you. I mean, I don't know if Clinton helped when he on the one comment he made, but you know, and then Cuban
but
saying,
you know when she lost it? She lost the campaign in my eyes when they had her on The View. We were just talking about The View,
right?
and they asked her, you know, what would she have done differently about Biden? And she's like, nothing comes to mind.
Yeah.
So you're saying to all your people that you're going to do the same things Biden is doing. You know, and it's like you lost it right there. Because people didn't like Biden. What was he, 20% approval?
I think, yeah.
28, 27% approval rate? And you're going to say you're going to keep that?
I think it was that, and when the two dudes at her rally yelled about Jesus, and
Jesus.
she said, wrong rally.
You're at the wrong rally, yeah.
That right there.
That irritated me, yes.
That right there, like, I know it's at the heat of the moment, and trust me, I would probably do horrible if I ever ran, because I would say stuff without thinking.
But even a person like me that, you know, wears my anger and rage on my sleeve sometimes, if you say that, I'm going to acknowledge, yeah, you're right, buddy. Jesus is my number one. But from the tone that you're taking, you're at the wrong rally.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Even if she addresses it to that, but to like dismiss Jesus and God altogether, like basically didn't even acknowledge that God and Jesus are our number one. That's where she lost it with the conservatives, with the Christians, because there's a lot of Christians that are Democrat. Not all of them are. What is this they're calling it? Christian nationalism or whatever. You know, no, we're not all that. You know, but you got to acknowledge that God is number one.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. Acknowledge he's number one, and everything else falls from that. You know, and she never did. He has. You know, he's like, well, I'm not Christian, but I love Christians, blah, 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 you know. And then other times he's like, well, I'm Christian, or not Christian, but religious or something. He's used some type of word that says he's some type. This one, I don't know. Does anybody know
he's
what she
praised
is?
God a couple times. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He does teeter-totter, but at least we know where he stands, that, yeah, he does believe that there is a God.
Well,
you know?
I think he's going to add some God stuff back to...
Yeah, schools. Or he's thinking about doing away with the whole Department of Education. Good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's putting who in charge of it? I forgot who it was.
I don't know, but
Health is going to be RFK.
I think it really helped with RFK and Tulsi Gabbard coming over and Elon Musk. But again, why didn't Harris?
He's going to give Elon a position.
But why didn't Harris do a interview with Joe Rogan? He asked, he offered.
Yeah.
He did one with Trump that went crazy. They took it off of YouTube. Thankfully, he did one with Musk, so Musk had his interview plus Trump's on X, formerly known as Twitter. I don't know why they keep saying that, but it's kind of funny. But
it's like Prince, right? Or what's it?
Like what?
Prince, formerly known as Prince, because he became that symbol.
But I think another thing that helped, this guy named Presley, I actually, when I first saw him, I thought he was kind of a nut job. But he kind of was promoting Trump in Pennsylvania, and he went to the Amish people because they were having some issues with the government. Mm-hmm. And, man, when one voted, they brought the whole herd, man.
The whole community.
Yeah, they all came out, and I think that's what helped Pennsylvania, you know?
Well, Pennsylvania was like domino effect, right? Because there were seven swing states. You know, and if you look at the map...
6 or 7?
7
Seven
swing
and he
states.
got them all,
That's what I'm saying. But it started up top, right? Once Pennsylvania fell, it just kind of went boom, 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 all the way to North Carolina. It's just domino effect. They're like, well, if these people who are in our same position are voting for him, like, maybe we should vote. Maybe they know a little bit something we don't. You know, and when you do stuff like that, people get on bandwagons.
There was the first ever... transgender that won in Maine.
Yeah, that's right.
Or something.
I saw that.
But
it was for what? Governor or a seat?
No, I think it was for
House, Senate.
Senate, I think. Yeah, not governor. It was Senate or House, one of the two. But it's not over yet. I don't know why Nevada and Arizona. I mean, I know why, because Nevada. So for people that don't know, is on Tuesday, you could mail your ballot as long as it was postmarked
by the 5th.
By the 5th. They then had 4 days to receive it. So wherever you were at in the state, you mail it as long as it got to them within 4 days. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday's a holiday. So Tuesday's the last day because Saturday and Sunday don't count. I don't think. I think it's just during the week. So Tuesday, we should know the results for sure. Maybe they'll get them counted.
Final results.
Yeah, maybe they'll have it done today if they're, are on it. But
why do you guys get so hung up on it? Kamala already conceded, so who cares about the numbers now? He's in.
You want the real truth from Derek Scott?
Yeah. Why are you so hung up on numbers?
Because I want her ass to be kicked. That's all. I'm sorry, but I want us to smoke them. I'm not trying to rub it in.
So you want a landslide?
Yeah, I actually wish we had taken more.
I was going to say, because this was by no means a landslide. It wasn't like a Reagan when he beat up.
I don't know. I would have to look at the numbers for Reagan. I think it's a landslide myself. But yeah, no, I wish she had taken everything. I wish she took California. I did see that in California, a little bit up north, and I think like San Bernardino, there was a little more red. That if you look in 2020 and 2016, it's slowly getting better.
If you go by the numbers, and these are not official by any means, they're estimates because I didn't memorize them, but Biden had whatever it was, like I think it was like 28% of the black. Oh, no. Yeah, 28% of the black vote, right?
Okay.
Kamala got 23. So that tells you something right there, right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had like either 30 or 29% of the Latin vote. This is Biden.
Okay.
And he only got 25%. She only got 25% of the Latin vote. So all these people that matter, right? The ones that the Democratic Party is supposed to be for are moving away, right? Because Biden got them. But now Kamala lost them.
Right.
And people think, it's only 2 or 3%. Yeah, 2, 3, 5%. That's a lot. It's not like.
Well, when you're paying people to come to your rallies, I know that Musk did this $1 million giveaway thingy, whatever. But.
Did you get it?
The $1 million? I'd never made it to a rally. I was set to go to a rally, but I couldn't get off work in time.
You should have taken a day
I
off.
would have
That's
loved to have gone
$1
to a rally
million.
just to check it out. But he's not paying people to come to rallies, and she did. She was bussing them in. She was doing all that. I think the regular public, and then, I think they just realized, come on, she's just trying, she's not really for us, and she could never come up, when she spoke, it was always, I grew up in a middle class with a lawn.
I worked at McDonald's.
Whatever, all this stuff. And, and I get that, the gay community, different communities, even some of the black communities still think that, Trump's just going to do whatever to them and ruin them. I don't know. I just hope that, they were already protesting in the city of Chicago. Listen, protest doesn't mean blocking the road, stuff like that. You want to be on the side and protest, hold a sign.
Legal protest, yeah.
But again, when you're burning stuff down, I think where she messed up as well is choosing Walsh. Why she chose this guy, she should have went with Shapiro from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Because if she would have got Pennsylvania, they may have gotten some other.
Effect. She
might have gotten some other stuff.
She would have had all the swing states.
I don't know why she picked Tampon Tim.
I did hear that. That was funny. Who said that though?
I think
somebody said that.
Well, I know. I think it might have been Trump that came up. He comes up. I will say this. I don't like when he, as a president, or even if you're running for that. Like when he used to call the one gal who said she was Native American and she wasn't, Pocahontas.
Yeah.
And Sleepy, Sleepy Joe. And I don't think he should use those words.
Not when you represent our country.
No, and I get it. But there are some things because
But let's be
him.
honest, though, because he's that transparent, like we were talking about being related to, right?
Right.
People relate to that because we do it,
Right.
right? We give people names, whether they're bad, good, and different. Everybody
Right.
gives people names, so people can relate to that. Who can relate to all these professional politicians? I can't. I've never been a politician.
Yeah, especially when you got Oprah and the ex, Miss Obama or Michael Obama, whatever. When you have those two saying,
See, you just did it right there, Michael
yeah,
Obama.
yeah. When you have those two saying, especially like Michelle Obama, saying that her parents were even scared of people. This lady owns like 5 houses. Like these two are well off, and they're trying to say that. I mean, no one's going to relate to them.
No, at all, and that's why I said
Because your color doesn't matter. I mean, if it does or doesn't, I don't know if it does, but you are famous and you're black.
Well, here's the thing.
And so you can
Yeah.
be famous and be black.
They got money and they got power.
And they got it all.
Exactly.
And they were in there 8 years. I actually voted for Obama the first time.
See, and I never did.
And because he talked really well. And I'm like, and then as soon as he got in there, and within 2 years, it was all about BLM. He hated cops, and then he's the one that started all the divisive stuff in our country. It was him, not Trump, not Joe, although he was pretty racist early on in his Senate career, or whatever. But he started, Obama started it all, and it doesn't stop. They keep doing it. They keep saying racial stuff. I wish they would just leave race out of it, because there are very successful people in every race. In every job, there's successful people. So, just like I always argue with my son about it, my middle son, about police killing unarmed black men compared to white men. White men are killed more than black men. But he tries to say, well, there's less population, and so the numbers are higher. So,
But see, and I hate that argument because.
like, hopefully cops
But here's the
shouldn't
thing.
kill anybody.
Exactly.
unless-
But I was a police officer on the streets for 25 years. There's no desk job for me, right? There's nothing that I was on the streets pushing a black and white is what we call it, right? And if your lower class poor neighborhoods are all black, right? Which nobody can negate the fact most of our neighborhoods that are the poorest are black, right? And where there's poor neighborhoods, that's where the crime's going to be.
Yeah.
Right? And where there's crime, that's where police are going to respond. Right? And if you're responding to an all-black neighborhood where a lot of crime is being committed, how are you expected to shoot a white guy? If the neighborhood is black, more than likely it's going to be a black person. Now, I'm not saying that it's wrong, because it is. There's been instances where that shouldn't have happened.
Sure,
at
absolutely.
all.
There's quite a
But
few.
you got to expect that when even a police officer like me, who's never been up on charges, never had to shoot or kill anybody, right? But I went to plenty of neighborhoods where most of the neighborhoods, and not necessarily here, because we have a lot of poor Mexican or Latin American neighborhoods here, right? But when Mexicans or Latin Americans get killed, it doesn't make the news, right? And the numbers are astounding for Latin Americans being killed by police as well. But that doesn't make the news, right? They only pick and choose what they want. There's a lot of white poor neighborhoods where meth is made in the country, right? Those guys get killed, but does that make the news as well? No, because it's.
Well, I
not,
wish the
it's
news
not,
would.
It's like you said. It's not a political agenda. Like let's make it that the Republicans are this, the Democrats are that. And it gets swept under the rug for that kind of stuff. So and that's.
And
where
then
it
I
comes
think
from
another
there.
thing that they kept going on was polls. I never trust polls anyhow.
The polls were actually accurate this time.
But they had Kamala winning all these areas. I don't know what polls they were looking at, but it backfired on them,
Yep.
And then, because Soros, who owns freaking everything about Democrats, owns all these stations, everything. I mean, nobody just does regular journalism anymore. Like, they just go one side or the other. You got Fox News that's more Trump, and then you got CNN that never has a nice thing to say about Trump.
Nope.
Like, why can't they just be neutral and give us the correct information?
And that's,
and like the other day, they came out and said that they should censor Facebook and all this stuff. Hello. This is why Musk bought Twitter, was because they did that to Trump last time. Like, you should be able to post what you want. Anyone can believe you or not believe you.
But here's the thing. It goes back to the same thing we're talking about. Money and power. If all of your money is coming from a Democrat, right, like CNN, what are you going to lean towards? Liberal left, right? If all your money is coming from Republican donors and sponsors, why are you going to lean? Republican right. So if you, like some of these news outlets that are like, hey, we're endorsing Kamala, and all of the people in there that were red, they quit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all the money
news
and
agencies shouldn't be
they shouldn't, but
any
they are.
side.
But it depends on what money you're getting.
You know,
because if say you're neutral, but you're reporting the bad stuff of Trump, but all your sponsors are Republican, don't you think they're going to say something to you?
Like Joe Rogan, when he said that he asked both of them to come on and Trump said he would do it, like, she knows how many followers. The reason she didn't come on is because she knew, and he said, listen, it's just a conversation. It's
and
not,
at the time,
he wasn't going to set all these, like Brett Baer or whatever did. He was just going to have a conversation, whatever comes out, comes out. But she was scared to do it because she even came out later and said that she sometimes isn't, like she may not make a decision right away. She may have to think about it. You can't. It's because you just are dumb. Yeah. I'm sorry. You just were not the good pick.
No. They
should have picked somebody different. Whether it's a female or not, like if Tulsi Gabbard had stayed on the Democratic side and eventually ran, she's someone I could, vote for. So I don't think it was anything to do with a woman, although Trump now has beaten 2 women, but can't beat a guy. But
can't beat an old senile guy.
Yeah, can't beat. Yeah. So there was something I was just gonna say too. Shoot. Oh, speaking of the Facebook thing, so you saw the text. Did you see the text this morning? Mm-hmm. So we got a guy in our men's group, Steve Boyle, my co-lead. This guy, he always posts. We have a guy in our group, Ed.
A retired pastor
that has a blog. And so Steve always... Christian blog. And he always posts... Steve always posts Ed's, because Ed's is on the internet. He pulls it and posts on Facebook every day because Ed's not on Facebook. And this morning, I think he said 3 times. They took it off when he posted it.
They have censored it.
They censored him, and it's nothing to do with
politics.
He doesn't bag on anybody. It's just Christian oriented about stuff.
Yeah. It's not racist. It's not misogynistic. It's nothing. And it's Christian based, and they've censored it 3 times. This is the first time I heard it's been 3 times though.
Yeah, that irritates me. I think it was 3 times today, but he's been censored.
He tried 3 times today, but I think he said this is the 3rd time that they've censored him.
So it's just ridiculous. I wish Musk would buy Facebook and let people post stuff. Now, if you do post racial stuff or whatever, then yes, maybe that should be censored. Or you make that person famous so no one wants to have anything to do with them. When people say the N-word, stuff like that. Yeah, make that person famous so everyone knows that he's a piece of crap.
Lose his job, everything.
And so because we don't need the racial stuff. Listen, it's hard enough just to live regularly. You don't need to add all the other stuff. And I know, I was saying, like, I wish some people would stop crying and stuff like that. I'm saying, like, I know this side that lost right now is upset. And I was upset too, but the world continues. And
see, and I got to give credit to them for that though. Like, obviously it's not January yet, but they've already put out there like, hey, this is going to be a peaceful transition. Don't you dare do anything in our name, the Democrats, based on what happened the last time, January 6th. So I do give them a little bit of credit for that because, like
Trump said the same thing, and he gets no credit for it.
I understand that, but they got in front of it. Trump tends to talk out of his mouth sometimes, and people misinterpret what he says. Just like this whole birthright citizenship. Everybody's thinking that anybody here that's a citizen, born of 2 illegal immigrants, is going to get deported. I'm talking about everybody. And I'm like, okay, so if they do that, then Trump has to deport himself. Because more than likely, he was not born from 2 Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's so scared that he's going to deport their parents, blah, 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 and the kids that were born here. And if you look at what the introduction is, what they want to do is from the date of enactment forward, they want to do away with birthright citizenship.
Well, I know. All I know is anybody that I've spoken to that was not born here, that came over here, all love Trump and all believe that everybody should come here legally.
Yes, and I agree with that. I agree with...
You shouldn't come over here illegally.
A legal process.
And I will say this. I do feel like there's got to be a better way or a faster process to make someone legal. If we can figure out who was at this January 6th event by their face and in 10 minutes, there's Johnny. Why can't we figure out when an illegal comes over the right way? I'll give you 3 years. 3 years.
Well,
if in 3 years...
You can't be illegal and come over the right way.
You can. You can come through the port.
How are you going to be an illegal? In that case, you would be a legal immigrant coming over. Because you called it illegal. And illegal is bypassing everything.
Okay.
So it's a legal immigrant.
My miswording. Thanks for catching that. I mean, come the right way, legally, through the ports.
Yes.
And the House, the Senate, the president, somebody needs to, for example, my son has a friend that he's used to work with. The guy's been here like 25 years, been working, and still technically he's not considered legal. And, he's a DACA and all that. But come on, I'll give you 5 years max, but I think we could do it in 2 or 3. Hey, Domingo, if we should be able to figure out if Domingo's a good person or not within a couple years by checking out Mexico, whatever country they come from. If you can't figure out with all this technology we have that this person's a good person or not, come on. Well, maybe both sides don't want to do it.
But here's a good example, right? Trump was almost assassinated a second time. They already have 6 people under arrest that were in that conspiracy to kill him the second time. How fast did you do that? Right?
Well, and then how come we don't hear anything more about it?
But you have the resources to do something like that. Why can't you use that for the border? Because I totally agree. If you're any crime committed, besides illegal registration or whatever in your country, but a murder, rape, fraud, any assault, battery, violent crime, you don't get to cross. I'm sorry. And there should be a vetting process. And that's another place where Kamala failed. She was the border czar. Well, you've had 4 years. What did you do?
Was she really, though?
Well, that's what she was called. But she didn't do nothing. She didn't do anything except, that's right, she expanded on Trump's border wall. Whereas you were berating him for it. Yeah. But then you asked for more money to keep it going. I'm like, come on.
And the money he asked for the border, they denied.
Yes.
But they've given 20 times that amount to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
In 4 years, they've given, I mean, it's at least 10 times the amount he asked for. And, I mean, now the price is probably going to be up a little bit. It's probably going to cost more to finish.
Hopefully not, because if he wins the House, he'll have all the backup he needs. And hopefully...
Yeah, but then you're raising the...
I understand that, but now you go after Mexico and pay their half.
That's what he said in 2016.
He's got to get it done, though. Because those people...
But that's what people said. He said they were going to have them pay, and he never got them.
Yeah, but that president over there just recognized
Well, one of them just died over there, didn't it?
Well, that was a candidate that died. But
Oh.
I'm saying the female president just got elected, which I don't have a problem with that. But when you go and recognize, what is the country she recognized?
You know what? I forgot to wear my garbage bag shirt. When you call people garbage, regular Americans, they don't like that. That's why you lost. Biden, you cost it for Kamala because you called us garbage. We're not garbage.
Yeah, but what did
Are
Trump...
you garbage?
Nope. But what did Trump say about military people?
What did he say?
That we were all stupid. Right?
I don't know.
I'm going to show it to you.
No, you don't have to show me. I believe you.
Because you know,
You
right?
looked up stuff. I get it.
I look up stuff that...
Trust me, he has said some really stupid stuff. Like when he used to tweet, I hope he doesn't do that when he comes back. Tammy loved it because she felt like she was hearing it straight from him because he could say something and then the press switches it all around. Like when he said there's good people on both sides, they cut it, splice it, and make it sound like he was saying
Trump calls American soldiers who died in war losers and suckers.
Yeah.
Right?
If he says, I'm saying he says dumb stuff all the time. I totally agree.
But and here's my argument for that, right? Like, and this is for both sides.
And I'm sure he's going to say something.
He's going to continue to say stupid
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, he will.
But here's my argument for both sides, right? Everybody's stuck on taxes, right? Everybody doesn't want to pay taxes, right? People do deductions. They itemize, right? To lower your tax burden, right? And I was thinking about this during the week. I'm like, right, who pays for the national defense? The national government, right?
Yeah.
And how do they get their money? Taxes, right? So if we're not paying taxes, then we're not going to have a strong military, right? And now we have 3 very strong countries that can come and do something to us. You have Russia, China, and North Korea, right? So you have these countries that if we do not pay our taxes, our planes are not going to be the best, our ships are not going to be the best, right? And then the rich people are always
Well, he's going to add tariffs.
Exactly. But all these rich people that don't want to pay, right? Or they want it to be fair, right? So just ballpark numbers. If you're a millionaire and you got to pay, let's just say 10%, you want everybody to pay 10%, right? So you're a millionaire, you pay 10% of $1 million, 900,000, you still have 900,000. Can you survive comfortably on that?
I could.
Yeah, right? So now you want the same across the board. So now you want someone that makes $10,000 a year, which there are people that make $10,000 a year, and you want them to pay $1,000. So now they only have $9,000 to survive for the rest of the year. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if they invade our country, who has more to lose? The people only spending $9,000 a year, or the person spending $900,000?
Yeah.
So now you rich people don't want to pay for your military. You don't want to pay for the infrastructure as far as bridges, roads, planes, all that stuff that makes
I'm
us...
so happy Buttigieg will be out of there.
But you see what I'm saying, though? If they invade, who's got more to lose? The same people that, if they make $1 million, now they have 10 charities just to hide that money away so they don't have to give it to Uncle Sam. So they don't have to give it to me or you because we're the ones serving. We're the ones serving. Our paycheck comes from them. But they want the middle class and the lower class to pay more of a burden because we can't afford to make a charity. So how am I going to hide my money? Right? And nobody ever says that, but name one professional athlete that doesn't have one or more charities.
Yeah.
Every single one has a charity because they have to hide their money. They have to keep more in their pocket instead of giving what's fair to the country so that we can run this country fairly. Now, on the flip side, yes, our government is stupid spending. I've worked for the government. There was one time where we asked for a light bulb and there was a price tag on it and it was $25. So a $1 light bulb, the government is paying $25 for it. That is stupid. Yeah. And that's why people don't want to give to the government. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. And when I run for president, those are going to be my issues.
Okay. Love it. So you heard right here. Vote for Domingo.
Yep, vote for me.
DomingoLucero.com.
For president.
For president. Well, we're at an hour. This has been the longest one we've ever done.
Oh, my goodness.
We're at an hour and 5 minutes, and I'm sure Jerry is going to kill us
for it, yeah.
Hopefully, if you live in a bubble, you already know that if you live in
If you live in a bubble, you don't know what happened.
Don't know what happened. Now you do. But if you live in a bubble, or if you don't live in a bubble, you ought to know that Trump already won. If you don't, you heard it here. Again, like, subscribe, share, and we're still trying to get more guests. So if any of you or listeners have something good to talk about,
leave us a comment. Drop us a comment.
Let us know. Maybe we'll bring you on board. And
if you want to be on board, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Share your opinion. Because transparent and, like we said, unscripted.
Yeah. So the next episode, we'll just we're not going to end it with like a story this time. But
really, I had a good story.
Oh, do you?
No, I did.
I didn't think so, but I want a good work story from you. But we maybe just the next time we're on, finish up, because by then everybody should know where we won. And we'll know if we have the house. And
we'll give you the final number.
Yeah, final. So until next time, peace out. Love you. Appreciate you.
Have a great week, and make sure you spend the holiday good. Don't drink and drive.
Yes. No drinking.
Yeah. Peace.